Franklin TV Sports presents exciting Franklin High School Boys Soccer. Tonight on a beautiful fall night in the town of Franklin, the homestanding Panthers with a record of 4-3-1 take on the Bulldogs of Canton High School, who come to town with a mark of 4 wins and 2 wins and 4 losses. Hi neighbors and welcome to Franklin. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside our producer tonight is Chris Leverone. Franklin trying to get back on the winning ways as they dropped a tough one here yesterday. It's hard to believe the Panthers have 2 games and 2 nights, but they dropped one here to Milford 2-0. Talking to Coach Nate Goldman before the game, he said that we were a little bit sloppy in that game, and you can't be sloppy against a strong team like Milford. And as a result, Milford won it 2-0. So Franklin, which started with a loss here to Oliver Ames, then won 3 in a row, now has lost 1, tied, and lost. So they're looking to come back here strong tonight against a good Canton team. Now Canton comes into town with a record of 4-4. I think I got that record wrong. It's 4-4. They won their first 2, lost 4 in a row, and have won their last 2. So they're coached by Danny Erickson, and he's in his 32nd year at Canton. And, of course, Franklin with new coach Nick Goldman in his first year. Talking to Danny Erickson before the game, he said this is the first game he's going to coach without Fran Basitis on the opposing sidelines. But he feels that Nick Goldman has not missed a beat with the Franklin program, which he called well-organized. And so last year, it was a tie between these two teams at Canton. And Canton played a defensive game, and they actually tried to just prevent anything down low up front. They packed the defensive line from their own goal line to about the 30, and Franklin had trouble scoring, and the score ended in a tie. So Franklin looking to get back on its winning ways in 2 ways. They lost their last game and a tie prior to that. And then, of course, for Canton, they've won 2 in a row, so they're looking to stay red hot. And Franklin trying to get back on the winning ways against Canton, whom they tied last year. Canton is a smaller school. It's in the Davenport division of the Kelly Rex, and Franklin in the large division. Canton is in the small division, the Davenport in the Hockomock League, and Franklin in the large division, the Kelly Rex. So we're all set to go here from Franklin. The officials for tonight's game are Chris Crean and Katie Siegel. Franklin in the home blue with white trim and white numerals and pink socks for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And the visitors from Canton, the Bulldogs, in their traveling white with green numerals. And that's the way they line up. And we're underway. Canton going from left to right. They started off with a long ball in. And that's going to come back, and it's going to be taken down there by Jackson Labella. We'll give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Canton. Dylan Wright, they have in goal. They have Oseen Brogan Jr., Max Eagles, Tony Cipher, Ryan Garrett, James Howard, Owen Morrissey, Corey Bien-Ami, Vlad Vancour, Ben Weaver, and Sam Siegel. Franklin advancing the ball. They'll have it in the offensive zone. Josh Rappa will give you their starting lineups in just a moment. This is Rappa to throw it in on the far side. And Josh will step up and aim it towards the goal. It comes through. Franklin now has it cleared out by Canton. The starting lineups for Franklin. Casey Flynn gets a start in goal, the junior for Coach Nick Goldman. Josh Rappa, Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan, Matthew Honenkamp, one of their captains. Franklin's going to send it in again. It's headed out by Canton. Have to be careful of a corner. And let's see, it does, I'm not sure. He kicked it into the woods. Is that going to be a corner? It might be. Jason Prowenka, Garrett Scagliarini, the senior captain, will start. Wyatt Herndon will start. He's a captain. Andre Masagia, Jackson Labella, and Aiden Klein gets his second start of the season. It is going to be a corner for Franklin. A corner kick for the Panthers. The first corner of the game. The Panthers have it. Sending it right in front is cleared out by the Bulldogs. And now settled down in there by Andre Masagia. Canton defending. Franklin keeps it in on the left side. This is Garrett Scagliarini. He's going to launch. And the last minute, the rebound and the score. The rebound and the score. Franklin on the board. And they swarm their goal scorer, and that is Wyatt Herndon. Wyatt Herndon scores at 38:03. The blast by Scagliarini, the good save by their goalkeeper, Wright, but he didn't get the rebound, and Scagliarini's shot was rebounded by Wyatt Herndon, and he put it home at 38:03, 1-0 Panthers. What a beautiful goal by Wyatt Herndon. So Franklin scores first, and the Panthers will have it on the far side. Caught by one of the assistant coaches, and Herndon will put it in play. And he's going to defer it over to Saji, I believe. Headed out at midfield, and now Canton, strong boot. A header there. Franklin comes back and clears it. Beautiful play there by the Panthers to keep that ball going. Proenka with the steal. This is he with it. Jason Proenka. Long drive in. Franklin's got a player out there. Nice little bump there. Coming through is Herndon again. Herndon can't get the shot off. The save by Wright. He gets the shot off, and Wright makes a beautiful save. Herndon at the last minute released it, and Wright was right there to keep it a 1-0 game. What a play by Dylan Wright, the junior goalkeeper. And Franklin here is going to have another corner. This from the left side. Teeing it up is Captain Matthew Honekamp, the senior. 1-0 Panthers, 36:20 to go in the first. 2 40-minute halves. Here's Honekamp, goes deep. It cleared everybody, and that's going to go out on the far side. He kicked it right across the field, and then some. So Franklin does not score on that corner. 2 corners. For the Panthers. And Canton can't clear it out. Throw in on the far side. Josh Rapp, but now the official is going to stop play. The 2 officials, I believe, want to communicate. Oh, he's talking to the Canton players, I believe. That is Katie Siegel, and here's the throw-in coming for the Panthers. Rappa. Loose in front. Kicked out of there by Canton, but not all the way out. Now the Bulldogs send one deep. Gabe Terry watches the high bounce, but coming through with it and making the steal, there is Corey Bien-Ami. In front, Terry saves it. Nice passing there. The shot hits the crossbar. It hits the crossbar. Just missed the tying goal for the Bulldogs, and it's kicked out of bounds, and Franklin will have the throw in. 31-42, first half, Franklin holding on. It was almost a tie game, but the shot by Bien-Ami hit the crossbar. This is James Howard. Franklin steals it at the midfield stripe. Honekamp, hesitation move. Nice footwork by Matthew Honekamp. So glad you're with us, fans, here on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. Throw in deep. Franklin chasing it down. Double teamed is Scagliarini, and the Bulldogs turn it over. Bulldogs have it. They win the turnover battle there. 1-0 from Piscini Stadium. 63 degrees and windy at times here at Piscini tonight. Mostly clear. The shot is blocked on the blast there by Musagia. In front, blocked again. I tell you, their goalkeeper's gotten some help from his defensive line. Honigkamp's going to drill along on a one-hopper, picked up on one hop by Wright. And he'll punt it. Dylan Wright stopped by Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Player goes down. Foul on Canton. As going down was Matthew Honigkamp. Panthers start out quickly. This is Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan to Proenka. Jason keeps going, settles it on the left. Coming through Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. And that's again what Canton has been doing. They've been getting great help from their back line. That time it was Oysen Brogan who made the stop on the blast by Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. We stay at 1, but it's another corner. Third corner of the game. And Honigkamp will have it teed up. 3 corners to none. Matthew, the captain, arms up. Here he comes. Again, he goes deep and he clears the same place. It cleared everything, right sideline to sideline. So Canton withstands the pressure, and they'll start it up deep in their own end. We've played almost 8 minutes in this one. The lights are on here at Piscini Stadium. Franklin steals it. Canton has had some trouble getting it cleared out of their own zone. That's knocked out by O'Mahony O'Sullivan. And a goal kick coming up for the Canton Bulldogs. They're going to defer to a field player for the kick. And here it comes. He drills it to midfield. Saved in there by Aiden Klein, getting his second start of his season. Racing for it. The goalkeeper is out, and he makes the save before a charging Josh Rappa could get to it. That's it. Dylan Wright makes the call and comes out of his own slot. Headed up by the Bulldogs. And this is Corey Bienemy. He's taking it in front, 2-on-1. They get the pass over, and there's the blast, and too high. Good teamwork. Ryan Garrett launched it too high and over everything. And a goal kick coming for the Panthers. Good passing, good ball movement by the Bulldogs there. 30:53 to go here in the first half. 1-0, Franklin holding on. New goalkeeper for Franklin tonight is Casey Flynn, the junior, getting the start. Flynn is going to tee it up. Here he comes. Driving kick. Nice kick by Flynn. Goes all the way through. Now it's going to be kicked out, and Franklin will have the ball upfield. So Flynn in for Francisco today. Change made by Coach Nick Goldman. Franklin at midfield. Nice give and go, and now they lose it. Over to Ryan Garrett, who just launched that long one over everything. Garrett sends it back, and Franklin saves it on a Gabe Terry block. Honigkamp, Matthew. He gets tied up, and here come the Bulldogs. Honigkamp comes back and steals it. Back to Matthew. Good passing by the Panthers. This is O'Mahony O'Sullivan. His pass is blocked, and now out of bounds off Honigkamp, and the throw-in coming for the Bulldogs. Nice passing in front. The goalkeeper is out, and a whistle offside called against Canton anyway, as Franklin's goalkeeper, Casey Flynn, made the decision to come out. But it wouldn't have mattered. It was offside against the Bulldogs with 29-24 left in the first half. Pete Royce with you. Chris Leverone with the sights and sounds for your viewing pleasure. Glad you're all on board with us here on Franklin TV and on YouTube. Long goal kick by Flynn. Now out to midfield. With it here is Vlad Francoeur. And the Bulldogs start out past their own bench on the far side. Wide open here. Gabe Terry stops it for the Panthers. Kicked out of bounds by Canton. Now taken by Vlad Francoeur. Pass is up, blocked. Honekamp, he goes down hard, no call. This is Ryan Garrett, and the ball is taken back by Terry, who launches one to the Franklin bench. It'll be Canton with the ball. 28:15 to go in the first half. Franklin 4-3-1. Canton 4-4. Last year, Canton and Franklin, Ed and Canton played to a, I believe, 1-1 tie. Ball is out of bounds, and the Panthers will have it. Throwing it in is the goal scorer, Wyatt Herndon. Sent high for Proenka. He settles it down. Trying to get through, cannot. Now Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan will drop it back to Gabe Terry. Back to the back line to Aiden Klein. Honekamp. Hesitation move. It's turned back. Now Terry with it. Cross midfield. Left side for Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Proenka. Good footwork by Jason. He gets by his man. He's going to center it up, but it's only a Bulldog there, and he kicks it out. Nice play by Proenka, but couldn't find someone to pass to in front. And the Bulldogs clear it, but out of bounds, and Franklin will have it. Couple of subs coming in for Franklin. Jabril Brahimi is in. And also in the game for Franklin is Alex Connell. Here's the throw in. A header there, and the save by Wright. Herndon, I believe, headed it right towards goal, and Wright makes the save. Dylan Wright, the junior, he's made a couple of, well, 3 or 4 nice saves, and he punts it. Headed out. Franklin's going to try to chase it back. Hustling for it there is Aiden Klein. Klein goes down. Franklin wins the ball. Good play by Klein. Another sub coming in the game. And coming in for Coach Nick Goldman is Connor Mason. So Mason is in. Goldman going to his bench with 3 subs here in the last half a minute. Violation against the Bulldogs, and Franklin will have it a few yards upfield. It's a part of the season where it's certainly not the beginning anymore. We're in the middle of the season for Franklin, game number 9. Same for Canton. How things move along as we enter October. The driving blast there, it's going to stay along the sideline. Franklin tries to get to it, cannot. That's going to roll out of bounds. And Canton will have the throw in. 15 minutes gone right now. Right now here in the first half. 1-0, Franklin with the lead. Franklin with 3 players injured today and not being able to play. Try to capture who they are for you. One is Jake Lorenzo, one is Luke Georges, and one is Danny Reese. So they're out and not playing here tonight. Ball comes through. Franklin will have it in front of the Canton bench. Canton coached by Danny Erickson in his 32nd year. Canton will take it strong in. And the Bulldogs go back on defense. Franklin to midfield. They get it up. A little shot in front. Going there for it is Alex Connell. Connell in the corner now. Back in front. It's too far. That's going to go to the back line, and a goal kick coming up for the Canton Bulldogs with 23:51 left here in the first half. The lights have not taken full effect. The wind still blowing. At times it's very gusty. Chill in the air. Drive there. Franklin blocks it. Sent in. With it there is Connor Mason. His centering ball in front. The shot hits the pipes. The blast there by Connell, I believe, hit the pipe. I'm not sure if it hit the goalpost or the crossbar of the soccer goal, but it was high by Alex Connell. And another goal kick coming for the Bulldogs. Again, they defer to a field player, and he's going to tee it up and drive one. Blocked by Franklin, ping pong back and forth. Going for it there is Corey Benami, and the shot and the blast is wide. And the block there by Franklin, and this could be a corner, I believe, coming up for Canton, but we're going to have a timeout. So timeout on the field, 22:37 left in the first half. Franklin won, and Canton no score. Fans, I'd like to give you a rundown of the power rankings just out this morning. And Franklin has 3 teams in different sports in the top 10 in the latest MIAA power rankings out this very morning. Here they are, the 3 teams in the top 10. Girls volleyball, they're 7-3 on the season. They're playing today against Sharon, and they are number 7. In the number 1 slot in volleyball is Newton North. The second team in number 7 is girls soccer. They're 5-0-2. They're playing today at Canton in a 6:30 start. And the number 1 team in that division in girls soccer is Natick. And the third team in the number 7 slot, top 10 performance, is the Franklin football team. They're 3-1. And the number 1 slot goes to Springfield Central. Franklin football will play next on Thursday, October 10th at Taunton. So they have a bye week here this weekend. Rounding it out for boys soccer, the team you're watching here tonight, the boys soccer team is ranked 44th in the state in Division 1. They're 4-3-1. And their next game after today, they'll have a week off after today, and they'll be back here at Piscini Stadium to take on Sharon, and that's a 4 o'clock game on Tuesday, October 8th. The number 1 team in boys soccer is Newton South. And we mentioned field hockey, and no, we didn't mention field hockey is number 4 in the state. So that's 3 teams in number 7 and 1 in number 4. That's 4 top 10 teams. Field hockey 10-0. They're playing today at Sharon, and the number 1 team is old nemesis Walpole. And Franklin met them in the playoffs, I believe, in the championship round last year. So there's your latest. Cross country 1-2. They're at Taunton today. Golf 10-4. They're home to Milford today. That match is probably now over. No results in on it yet. So here we go. It's the corner, the first one for the Bulldogs. And they send it in right in front, and Franklin sends it away. Starting out with it here is Connor Mason. Mason turned back. A little push there as Honekamp got in the mix. They're going to give the ball to the white and green of Canton. It's going to be a free kick, and taking it is Sam Siegel. Siegel, the sophomore. He's going to drive it low. It drives all the way through, and Franklin will send it out, but not all the way out. Now racing for it is Deacon Englentine, who's in the game. And again, Siegel sends it home. Franklin's got to cover it. Oh, a little sloppy there, and it's turned over. Now driving with it is Ryan Garrett in front. The diving save by Casey Flynn. Casey Flynn keeps it a 1-0 Franklin lead with that dive. 21-26 left in the first half. Flynn will punt it. He's responded well to the start he's gotten here tonight. Franklin takes it down. Connor Mason in front. The shot, the block. What a save by Wright. Point blank range. He blocked it on the driving shot by Alex Connell. The save of the game by Dylan Wright. And Canton wins it on the far side. Almost midway through the first half. What an exciting game this has been. Very evenly played. The Bulldogs try to start out in front of the Franklin bench. Pushing and shoving going on here. Physical play, and Canton loses it. So Franklin will have it back. Throw in coming. Out of bounds. It's going to go over to the Bulldogs. I believe Will McCauley is in the game now. Yes, he is. Will McCauley. Canton to midfield and beyond. There's a player with talent and skill and speed. Turned over, though, by Jackson Labella. Now Canton takes it back. Sent in on the right side for Garrett. Ryan Garrett, he charges. The centering pass, and Franklin boots it high and strong, and nice shoulder there by the Panthers. Connell. Franklin can't get to it. Kept in by Owen Morrissey. Now Franklin tries to get some space. Over it comes to Jibril Brahimi. Franklin, stutter step move over there by McCauley. And it's going to be kicked out by Canton. So Franklin will have it upfield. More than midway through the first half, Franklin scored with only 1 minute and 57 seconds gone in the game, but no scoring since. The goal by Wyatt Herndon on the rebound after a blast by Garrett Scagliarini. Throw in by the Panthers. Headed there in front. Franklin chasing for it. Violation here, and it's going to be the ball awarded to Canton, deep in their own end. Beautiful evening here in Franklin. Picturesque sky right at the moment. Canton will drive it from their own goal line. Nice hop there for Jibril Brahimi. And he sends it out of bounds, and does Canton rather, and Franklin will have it at midfield. To the back line for Terry. He gets to it just in time. Connell. Massagia is turned over, and the stutter step move here for Corey Bienemy. Bienemy. Franklin will take it back. On the left side comes Brahimi for Connell. Alex. He tries to curl one. It's off a Panther. It's going to roll in on Wright. It hit Brahimi, but just rolled in softly on Dylan Wright. And Wright will wait and extend his leg for the goal kick. Franklin to midfield. To the back line come the Panthers, their defensive line with it. Player down and hurt for Franklin. A couple of players come over to him. Honekamp is there along with Massagia. And the player up, strengthening his left shoulder, was Jackson Labella. 17 minutes straight up remaining on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard clock. Shining bright in the twilight right now. And it's going to be a throw-in coming for Canton in front of their bench. How about the Panthers with 4 teams in fall sports in the top 10, 3 at number 7, and field hockey number 4. What a job Michelle Hess has done year after year for Franklin in field hockey. 16:52 left referee Siegel talking to Coach Nick Goldman by the scorer's table. So the clock is stopped for the discussion. Now Nick walks back towards his bench. Throw-in coming for the Bulldogs. They're a strong team. Their front line is very strong, very physical. Headed down, and Connell will send it the other way, but nobody home but white shirts. And let's see, they're going to kick it out. That's good pressure by Franklin, and it's going to be kicked out. It wasn't totally out, now it is. So Franklin played that well. There was nobody down in front, but they caught up to it and prevented a good clear by Canton. And now throwing it in will be Ethan Pramod. This is he with it. Pramod, the junior, gets it in blocked. Struggle for the ball. It comes through. The shot there and the score. The shot and the score. The score by the Panthers, I believe that was Andre Massagia. Very alert. Massagia makes it 2-0. His goal comes at 16:05. Franklin with the 2-goal lead. Massagia just drilled it. Franklin 2, Canton no score. Long driving kick all the way back, and it's going to be fielded by Flynn for the Panthers. Andre Massagia gets a goal following Wyatt Herndon's goal. The 2 goals, 22 minutes apart for Franklin. Here's Flynn to midfield. Chipped forward. There's that strong forward line, but Franklin with some good speed. Making the play defensively was Richie Popovic. He's in the game. What are they going to call here? It's Siegel. It's going to be a throw-in in the corner. Not a corner, but a throw-in coming. Not a corner kick. For Canton, trailing it now 2-0. The run up and the throw short. Franklin has trouble getting it out. Sent back in. Now it's turned over. Bulldogs from that left corner, centering pass. It's blocked by Panther. As Terry sent one high. Now it's sent forward to midfield and beyond. Kicked high by Canton. And now it's going to go out of bounds, and Franklin will win it. Doing the job there for Franklin is Ethan Pramod. Ethan sends one away to the goal-scoring Andre Massagia. Sent out of bounds, and Pramod with the throw-in again. Canton kicks it out again. Pramod will do it again. Coming up on 14 minutes to go in the first half. Franklin 2, Canton no score. Pete Royce with you from the Piscini Stadium press box. Chris Leverone producing, directing, and bringing you the sights and sounds of this exciting Hockomock League matchup. Both teams looking for their 5th win of the season. Violation, and Canton will have the free kick deep in their own end. And the Bulldogs, some strong legs. Headed beautifully there by Massagia, I believe. No, that was by Pramod. Franklin on the far side. This is Herndon. Wyatt's got a goal here tonight to the back line, in Terry for Connell. With that speed and the strength is Canton. And with it was Vlad Francoeur. Bienemy now. Franklin comes back and thwarts the attempt, but taken back by Bienemy to the left wing. It's going to go down and kept in, just inside the back line. Now it's out of bounds off Franklin. Throw in coming for the Bulldogs. They go short. Franklin swarming to the ball, but the Bulldogs continue with the possession. And there, now it almost was turned over deep. Sent in on the right side by the Bulldogs. Coming in front and saved there, picked up on the rolling ball was Casey Flynn. He picked up the rolling ball and he makes the save with 12:10 left in the first half. 2-0, Panthers over the Bulldogs. Casey Flynn, he's looked good in goal. A lot of action at midfield. Franklin tries to keep it in. They do. Now it's out off of Bulldogs, and Herndon wins it for the Panthers. Wyatt Herndon, captain, along with Garrett Scagliarini and Matthew Honekamp. Franklin with 15 seniors on their 25-man roster. 15 out of 25, 7 juniors and 3 sophomores. No freshmen on this roster at the current moment. Canton is going to send it out of bounds. Yes, throw in coming here for Richie Popovic. No, he'll defer it to Josh Rappa. Canton with 5 seniors, 13 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 5 freshmen on their 27-man roster. Throw in coming for the Panthers. Rappa towards the goal, headed out by the Bulldogs. Josh settles it down, coming in, holding, still dribbling. Rappa centering ball, it's blocked as they try to set up Misagia for his second goal, and Canton was there. This should be a corner off their own back line. This is the 4th corner won by the Panthers. They've given up 1. And on the corner is Wyatt Herndon for the Panthers with 10:31 to go. First half. Herndon hands up. Here he comes. Right in front. The low one. Kick back to Herndon. And he's going to go out top. Bulldogs defending, and they get it to midfield. Franklin tries to stymie it, but I'll tell you, this is Corey Bienemy. He is very strong. He's going to send one up to the right wing, and Franklin is back to cover it. This is Alex Solaris. Solaris drops it on the left side for Pramod. Back kick by Rappa, intended there for Solaris. He almost got to it, but the Bulldogs have it. Now the steal by Scagliarini. He sends one in. Rappa, he tries to fight his man through. He does. Rappa has it. He's going to shoot. It's blocked. They've done that many times. They get a leg on it before it can come to their goal. But it's kicked out of bounds with 9:32 to go. Franklin with a good opportunity there, but nice defensive play. It's a very strong Canton team. Physically, they're strong. Throw in coming for Franklin on the far side. Triple teamed, and the Bulldogs steal it. Headed out to midfield, and Franklin steals it back. Gabe Terry. Give and go out of bounds, and this should be Canton with the ball. And they do have it. Under 9 to go here in the first half. Canton can't clear it. Now they boot it towards midfield. Franklin using their size. They're not afraid to bang a little bit, are the Bulldogs. Wrap up. Misagia drops it back. Pramod. He'll go back further to Terry. Terry's going to go to his goal keeper. He's got to kick it, and he does, and he gets a good kick away. Casey Flynn way upfield. This is Scagliarini, a pass on the right side. It's true. Coming in, the shot and the goal, and the somersault to boot. Beautiful pass from Scagliarini to Wyatt Herndon. And Herndon makes it 3-0. But the play was set up by Scagliarini. Unofficially, it's Herndon with the goal. 3-0 Panthers at 8:15. It's only 8 minutes after their last goal. Herndon with his second goal, but the pass was terrific by Garrett Scagliarini. To two of the captains teaming up on that goal for Franklin. Coming up on the 8-minute mark. Goals by Wyatt Herndon, Andrew Misagia, and Wyatt Herndon. And Casey Flynn getting the start today in goal for the Panthers. Look sharp. Bulldogs take it down deep. Sent forward, but a violation here. And an injury timeout. Stopped a bit of a opportunity for Franklin. No real problem. I think they just waited. I think down was Scagliarini for a moment. So the Panthers will have it deep in their own end. 7.5 to go here in the first half. Pete Royce with you. Chris Leverone alongside. Here's the kick by Casey Flynn. Flynn approaches the ball and lets it fly. Nice, powerful kick. Bulldogs send it forward. Terry is back there. For Rappa. Right side. Couldn't connect with Herndon. Rappa battles for it. Sent forward by Franklin. Terry has looked good in the back line. Charging upfield is Solaris. He's in front. The goalkeeper's out of position, but Solaris gets to the ball now and centers it over. Centers it up to Misagia. Pramod Misagia. His long boot. It's actually a pass. It's blocked. Franklin tries to control it down deep. They get a shot off, but it's too high off the left leg there of a Panther. And trying to send that one in. Let's see who that was for the Panthers. It was Richie Popovic. Subs coming in now for Franklin. Coming back is Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. And Jason Prowenka back in for Coach Nick Goldman. Goal kick coming for Canton with under 6 to go. Long kick way upfield by the Bulldogs. Prowenka gets bumped but keeps on rolling. Now is taken back by the Bulldogs. Nice move at midfield. Hesitation move by James Howard. Franklin on the double team there. Also back there is Popovic. Canton carries it through in front, way in front, but is looped back a little bit. And Canton will control it, and they'll center the ball. Now the floater in. And a whistle and an offside called against the Bulldogs. With 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in the first half, it's Franklin 3 and Canton no score. We'll check the season scoring, the schedule so far. Franklin did have 6 goals against King Philip and 5 against Taunton, and 3 against North Attleboro. Everything else less than that. So there were some big scores for the Panthers earlier on this season, but 3 here in the first half, looking good. As Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan, the sophomore, will run up and launch to Rappa. Josh, centering pass. Scagliarini, he gets through and he's fouled. What's going to be the call here? This could be a free kick. No, they're going to call the violation against the Panthers. And Canton will have it the other way. With 4 minutes to go right now in the first half. From the spot, Canton, a strong boot. Nice play there by the Panthers to stop it. That was Matt Honekamp. And Terry, he's done that all game long. He sends a player out on the right wing and getting to it just before it went out of bounds was Herndon. Herndon got that great speed. Gabe Terry reminds me a lot of Franklin's outstanding defender last year and years past, Rex Sinelli. It's about his size. Of course, Sinelli was, an outstanding player. Terry beginning to come into his own here this season. He looks strong in the back line for Coach Nick Goldman. Gabe Terry, the header in front, and a violation here, an offside call against Franklin, I believe. And it'll be a goal kick coming with 2:56 to go. At 2 minutes, the clock will stop on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard, and for the final two will be controlled on the field by the two officials, Chris Crean and Katie Siegel. Ball is played nicely by Franklin. With that play there for Franklin, I believe that was Jackson Labella. And now it's 2:33 to go. First half. The Bulldogs trying to get by Terry. They leave it in the corner. Terry defending it, boxing out. And what are they going to call? They're going to call it off of Canton. Terry wins the ball for the Panthers with 2:05 to go. Casey Flynn goes short side for Terry. Now 2 minutes left. Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan pressure in the offensive zone. Massagia gets it over to Honenkamp. Matthew drops it back for Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan out of bounds, and Franklin will have the throw in. We're in the final two. O'Mahony O'Sullivan, a long pass up. It's kicked out of bounds, and Franklin will have it again further upfield. It's about 1:30 to go here in the first half. Josh Rappa, the junior forward, to get it started for the Panthers. They lead it 3-0. Rappa goes for the goal. Comes back to Josh. Into the corner it comes. And booted out of bounds by Canton. Unofficially about a minute to go in the first half. It's a throw-in. Oh, a defender helps his goalie out there. And that's going to do it. The first half is over. So, what a half for the Panthers. They scored early, they scored middle, and they scored almost late. 38:03, the first goal by Wyatt Herndon. 16:05 remaining, Andrew Massagia, and 8:15 remaining, Wyatt Herndon gets his second goal of the game. So Franklin leads it 3-0 over Canton, and we're at halftime. We're going to pause for about 9.5 minutes and come back with the exciting second half. Stay tuned for more great soccer action from Piscini Stadium. You score at halftime, Franklin 3 and Canton no score. Welcome back to Piscini Stadium on the beautiful Franklin High campus. Pete Royce with you. We're at halftime of this Hockomock League matchup between the Franklin High Panthers, who come to the game with a record of 4-3-1, against the Canton Bulldogs, who come to town with a record of 4-4. Hi again, everyone. Pete Royce, Chris Leverone alongside. At halftime, it's Franklin 3 and Canton no score. The goals by Franklin in the first half, unofficially. Wyatt Herndon at 38:03 made it 1-0 Franklin. Andrew Massagia at 16:05, 2-0 Franklin. And Wyatt Herndon again at 8:15 on a beautiful pass from Garrett Scagliarini made it 3-0 Franklin. In goal for Franklin, outstanding performance today so far, Casey Flynn. And also the Canton goalkeeper has been outstanding as well. 3 got by him, but he saved a bunch more, or else this could be a 5-6 different differential in score. Dylan Wright was the junior goalkeeper. 2 juniors in goal now tonight. Casey Flynn and Dylan Wright. We'll switch sides, and Franklin will defend the goal to your left, and Canton the goal to your right, and the Panthers send it in high. Herndon gets to it. Rolled off of Canton, and it's going to be won by the Panthers. Good play by Wyatt Herndon. And he'll leave it on the right wing. Just underway here, the second 40 minutes of action. The officials, Chris Crean and Katie Siegel. Rappa with the throw in towards the goal. It comes through, Franklin there. The ball hits the side. It goes in. That's a goal. That's a goal. There was heavy traffic. I think it's Jason Prowenka who's going to get the goal in heavy traffic. It looked like somebody hit the net on the side, but it's going to be a goal at 39-24, 26 seconds in. Prowenka makes it 4-0 Franklin. Heavy traffic in Prowenka. He just kept going. The goalkeeper had fallen down, I believe, and Jason sent one home. The third different scorer for the Panthers here tonight. Herndon with 2, Massagia and Prowenka now with goals for Franklin. Long drive in by the Canton Bulldogs. That's going to go straight out of bounds. And Franklin will have the throw in on the near side. Franklin zeroing in on their highest goal performance of the season, which was a 6-0 win against King Philip. But we have 39 minutes straight up remaining for Franklin to maybe get to that level or higher. The steal by Labella. Jackson on the right side for Herndon. Scagliarini, he's so talented. What a feed for Herndon. Herndon with the speed on the right side. He's going to come through. His centering ball for Scagliarini. Honekamp gets to it and keeps it in the offensive zone for the Panthers. The driving kick there, one hopper and saved by Dylan Wright. Wright with the save. He's been tested out here tonight. 4 have gotten through. And he's going to punt it. Franklin sends it back. Long turnaround kick there by Owen Morrissey. And a little push there. No call by Chris Crean. And he's going to give the ball to the Panthers. Gabe Terry, outstanding defender. Throw in coming for Franklin. And it's going to be further up now. Prowenka taken back by the Bulldogs, and they're going to throw it in. The enemy. He is so talented, such a big fella out there. Comes out for Massagia to the back line, over to Jackson Labella. Labella, a junior, one of 7 on the team. Franklin takes it up on the right wing for Herndon. He lets it come to him, settles it down, comes in, and it's tipped away and out of bounds, and Franklin will have it again. Throw in coming for Labella. Timeout momentarily. Referee Siegel having a conversation with Herndon. Herndon, the referee, and a little handshake with Oysen-Brogan and Herndon, and they fist pump. So official wanted to straighten something out, and sportsmanship shown, and here we go. Franklin with the throw-in. This is Jackson Labella. 36-42 to go. Franklin's opened up a 4-goal lead, 4-0. There's Labella awaiting the whistle as Chris Crean, the other official, was talking on the far sideline to Coach Nick Goldman. And we're almost ready to play. And now we are in play. Scagliarini for Herndon. He floats one. Rappa has to hustle to it. He kicks it high and out of bounds. He couldn't save it. O'Mahony, O'Sullivan, battling for it, wins the turnover for Franklin. Sent in. Goalkeeper out and makes the save is Dylan Wright. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the second half. Franklin is added to a 3-goal lead to make it 4-0 with a goal at 39-24. Terry. Herndon. Masagia. He sends it through on the left wing. Franklin charging through. The defender there for Canton makes the play, but Franklin shoots. The save, and the rebound comes out deep on the blast by Franklin. What a beautiful save by Dylan Wright. And with it now is Vlad Francoeur. To the back line. Charging out with it is Shane Kelleher. Now to Francoeur again. Taken back by Masagia. He sends one in on the left side. Franklin centering, back kick, coming through, holding, shooting, the save on a tough angle on the blast by Franklin. With the blast was Proenka. Jason didn't have a good angle, but neither did the goalkeeper have a good angle on the save, but he made the save. Franklin takes it back. This is Herndon. Scagliarini, he's so fun to watch. Garrett charging through, gets through two, still dribbling it through, still dribbling his shot. A pass in front and the goal. That's Scagliarini doing his thing. A beautiful assist and the goal by Josh Rappa. Scagliarini is so fun to watch. He controlled it so much there in that drive, and he sent it over to Josh Rappa. And Rappa makes it 5-0 at 34-34. Well, we mentioned the 6 goals against KP earlier this season. That was way back on September 10th. And Franklin now with 5. They also had 5 against Taunton here on the 17th. No, that was at Taunton, actually, on the 17th of September. And here we are, a 5-0 lead, still 34-34 left. This is a good Canton team. They're 4-4 on the season. They beat some teams that Franklin lost to. Driving forward is Ryan Garrett on the left wing. Covering it there is Shane Kelleher. The centering ball in front, and Franklin's Terry sends one to the moon over to Rappa. And Josh is fouled on the play, and Franklin will have the ball for the throw-in. Or actually, it's going to be a free kick. Free kick. They're going to have it all the way up inside the, nope, just outside midfield. They're going to take it back. And a free kick coming for the Panthers. What a game by Franklin. Good goalkeeping, good defense, outstanding offense. And Terry sends one all the way up. Headed out by Canton. Taken back by Ben Weaver. To Bienemy. Bienemy loses control. Still battling for it. He is so strong. And winning the ball back, I believe, was Labella. And subs coming in for Franklin. Coming in is Connor Mason and also Alex Connell for Coach Nick Goldman. 5-0 Franklin with the lead. Also in the game is Jimmy Hopkins. Long kick, high kick by the Panthers. Clears the first line of defense. Mason tries to get to it. Cannot, and now it's stolen. Losing it though on the steal was Labella. Turned back over to Ben Weaver. On the right side. Francoeur charging, can't center it up. Franklin will send it back towards midfield. Now it's covered by Kelleher. And now Franklin's Jackson Labella will take his time up the right side. Kicked out, Franklin wins it. 32 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the game. Nice give and go pass, beautiful pass to Hopkins. That was from Connor Mason. Terry sends one high, a lot of spin on the ball. Bienemy charging through. Kept in by Kelleher. Now Franklin sends one high. Hopkins with the header. Out of bounds. Franklin wins it. Nice play by Jimmy Hopkins. Franklin with 3 first half goals and 2 here in the first less than 6 minutes of the second half. Franklin coming back strong after being shut out last night here at Pacini, 2-0 to Milford. Going off on the far side is Aiden Klein. He looks like he's limping a little bit. Klein comes out. And coming back in for him is Richie Popovic. Coach Goldman's gone deep to his bench here tonight. Throw in coming for Shane Kelleher, the junior. Nice header there by Franklin. Hopkins. He's going to win it. Jimmy with the one hopper for Connor Mason. Mason for Connell. Connell battling for it, wins the ball, sends it forward, blocked, and Canton to midfield with it, out of bounds, and covered there by Gabe Terry, the great defender, the senior. 30 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the game. Franklin 5, Canton no score. 63 degrees at game time. It's probably dropped a degree or so. The wind at the moment appears to be calm, but it's gusty. The block there by Franklin. The steal by the Panthers. They're going to take it strong in, but blocked by Canton and sent back the other way to midfield. Now in the game is Ryan Bienemy. 2 Bienemies. Ryan is a freshman, and his brother, I believe, is a junior. I believe it's his brother. Franklin will have the ball deep in their own end. Under 30 to go now in the game. The throw in comes through and sent back by Oysen Brogan. Franklin trying to block it and cover it, and they do. It's going to be a goal kick coming. Nice defensive play there by Richie Popovic. Goal kick coming for Casey Flynn. He's been outstanding here tonight. Coach Goldman has to be pleased with the performance of his goalkeeper getting the start today, Casey Flynn. He tees it up. Stolen by Nate Rivers, the freshman. There were 5 freshmen on the Canton team. Oh, a nice hustle by Honekamp. He charges through. Honekamp still dribbling. He goes down, and he's fouled on the play. And he's going to get, I believe, a free kick at about the 25. Matt Honekamp battling those heavier Canton defenders. He did a great job, was sandwiched in, and he went down hard. He appears to be okay. He's going to get the free kick. He's teamed over there with Andre Massaggio. See how they play it. Honekamp and Massaggio on the free kick. Matthew, the wall is to the left. Panthers jostling for position. Here comes Matthew. He's going to send it in and blocked by a defender. They've done that well here tonight. Their defenders have blocked a number of strong shots by Franklin. Honekamp at midfield. Gets it over to Massaggio. He advances the ball. Franklin still struggling for it. And now it's turned back by the Bulldogs, and they start out in front of their own bench. Blocked by Franklin. Honekamp again. Matthew. He gets run into by a Bulldog, and the Bulldogs steal it. This is Ben Weaver. His centering ball. Terry with the block. Canton keeps it in, looking for their first goal of the night. Ben Weaver. Nice defensive play there by Richie Popovic. Canton charging through. Shane Kelleher, he's a big fella, a junior. They have some size on this team, I want to tell you. Kelleher in front to another big player, James Howard. Howard on the left side, and this is going to be a goal kick coming for Franklin with 26:18 to go in the game. Franklin with 3 goals in the first half and 2 more here in the second half. 4 different players have scored, and we believe Herndon has 2 of the 5 goals. For Franklin, the others, Massaggio, Prowenka, and Josh Rappa. Goal kick coming for Casey Flynn. Goes to midfield. Taken back by one of the Bieniemy boys. Now Franklin steals it. On the right side, Jimmy Hopkins. Nice hesitation move. Back on the right side. Charging up there is Popovic. He gets to it. Richie still keeping it in. Out of bounds. It's going to be off Popovic, and Canton will win the ball. 25-23 to go. Franklin 5. Canton no score. All the action on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. Franklin, if you heard me earlier, 4 teams in sports in the fall program in the top 10 in the state. 3 at number 7 and field hockey at number 4. Should be a tremendous fall. Football is off this coming weekend, so they have a bye week. And what a victory the football team had, pulling it out over Duxbury in the final few seconds of the game. A drive that went about 85 yards with less than 2 minutes left in the game. Here is Shane Kelleher. He floats one high, headed by the Panthers. Another header by Terry. Comes to midfield as Mason will send it on the right side for Hopkins. Jimmy trying to get to it and is kicked out. Almost a corner, but it does go to the sideline. And that avoids the corner, I believe, but was very close. See what they rule here. I think it's just going to be a throw-in, but we'll wait. No, it's going to be a corner. So they did go out on the end line. That's the 5th corner of the game for Franklin. Offensively, they've given up only one. Matthew Honekamp with the honors on the corner. The captain comes forward. He sends it into the box. It's blocked by a Bulldog. And it's going to be back to Matthew Honekamp. He can't get by the first line of defense. Brahimi sends it back to Matthew. Matthew fakes the blast to Hopkins. Jimmy lost it out of bounds, and Canton will have it back for their team with 23-25 left in the game. Honekamp goes down on a knee for a second, just wanted to catch his breath, I believe. And looks like he's going to come out. So something maybe not quite right with Matthew. He's greeted by trainer Jen. She's going to attend to him on the sideline. Now he walks away from her. I guess he's okay. Play back in, Canton with it deep in their own end. Charging up with it is James Howard. Terry back to cover it for Franklin. Also there, I believe, was Ethan Pramod. Pramod wins the ball for Franklin. 23 minutes to go in the game. Franklin will win it again further upfield. Throw in coming for Pramod. For Hopkins, Franklin wins it again out of the midfield stripe. Connell will defer it to Pramod. Waiting. Now the throw in. Heavy traffic there. Again, Franklin keeps advancing at 10-15 yards at a clip. Pramod again. In the corner. Sent through and to the end line and past it. And it's going to be a goal kick coming for Canton with 22 minutes straight up remaining in the game. Franklin hasn't really been tested much here in the second half defensively. I mean, they've prevented any kind of offense for Canton, just denying them at the midfield stripe and beyond. On the other hand, Franklin with two opportunistic goals, one just 36 seconds into the half. There's the goal kick for Wright. Headed back by Labella. Canton controls. With it is Nolan Harney. He loses it. Well, they now send it to their back line. Now drilled in, looking for a play there, but Terry blocks the play. They try to send a player in alone. This is Brahimi. Brahimi, pass on the left side. Panthers get to it. Jimmy Hopkins. Hopkins charging, still through, still with the ball. He shoots, it's blocked. Oh, it's Alex Connell. Once again, the Canton defenders have blocked those point-blank shots as Connell took it in beautifully. And let's see, was this going to be another corner? If so, it's number 6 in the game. It is number 6 for the Panthers. Offensively, they've given up 1. That tells you a little bit about the style of this game and the performance of the Panthers. This is Connor Mason. He sends it into the box. Headed there by a Panther. That was Will McCauley, and it goes to the far side, and Canton takes it back. They survive the 6th corner by the Franklin Panthers. Blocking it now is Richie Popovic. And let's see if they're going to award it to the Panthers. They will. We're almost midway through the second half. 5-0, Franklin on top. Looking for its 5th victory of the season against 3 losses and 1 tie. Canton also looking for its 5th victory against 4 losses. That's how even these two teams were coming into tonight's game. Sub, that's the reason for the delay. As into the game now for Franklin is going to be Alex Solaris. It's Canton with the throw in. Terry back there for Franklin, kind of fans on it. Turned over to Canton. Here come the Bulldogs on the left side and blocked beautifully by Popovic and sent upfield. Popovic. Canton trying to go. Popovic gets a little touch to it, but the Bulldogs can't control it. This is Connor Mason circling around and sends it back for Popovic. Ritchie back to Mason. Connor, he's going to drill one. Charging is Connell. Connell gets to it. He's got a man on him. He's going to send it back out to Pramod. It'll lose Ethan for the moment. Now whistle stops play, and Franklin will have it with coming up on 19 minutes to go in the game. It's going to be a free kick for the Panthers. Connor Mason, I believe, with the honors for the blue and white. Ethan Pramod next to him. Franklin with the wall on the right. Here's Mason. He's going to drive it. Inside the box it comes. Right through. And again, the defender saves it, heading for the goal. How many times has Canton done it? Their defender has really bailed out their goalkeeper. Beautiful drive by Connor Mason and almost cleared all the way through. And it's going to be yet another corner for Franklin, number 7. 7 corners in the game. They've given up 1. This is going to be Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Left-footed boot right in the box. The shot there by the Panthers. Alex Solaris rolls wide right. And again, Canton is able to withstand the corner. Under 18 minutes to go in the game. Pete Royce with you. Chris Leverone with your beautiful pictures. Here's a goal kick by a defender. Headed back. Nice pass there. Headed by Franklin. Canton tries to keep it in. And it off one teammate. He hit his teammate at point blank range. Wasn't intended for him. But the shot by Saphir went off of Rivera right in front of him. He wasn't expected. Here is Saphir again. Canton has it stolen by the Panthers. And now a player goes down hard. It's going to be a violation here on Solaris. The initial steal was by Will McCauley. It was a beauty. But here's a free kick for the Bulldogs under 17 minutes to go. And this is going to be Shane Kelleher, one of their 13 juniors, with the free kick. Canton looking to get on the board. They trail it 5-0. Kelleher angles one on the bender. It comes through, headed back by the Bulldogs, and Franklin gets a leg on it and kicks it out a bit. Canton again blocked by Franklin. They steal it. Pramod on the right side for Solaris. Back to a Panther. In front for Pramod. It eludes him. And now it's coming up to another Panther, but it's blocked out to midfield. Franklin denied on that drive. Heavy collision. Collision going down is Deacon Englentine, who's in the game. Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan with the block for Franklin. Under 16 minutes to go. This is Solaris. Alex sends it through on the left side. It's out of bounds. It's going to roll out. And it will be Canton with the ball deep in their own end. Franklin is substituted often here tonight. A lot of players in the mix. Franklin with 3 injured players not playing tonight, but Franklin has made up with it with good depth shown by those who are here. This is going to be covered by Popovic. Ritchie tries to keep it in. He does. Now it's out of bounds, and he's going to win the ball. Richie Popovic sends it through for Jimmy Hopkins. Solaris battling for it, won by Canton, and they try to drive it out to midfield. The drive there by Ryan Bienemy, and it's blocked by Jackson Labella. Jackson for Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. He meets heavy traffic at midfield, still charges through. Now it's turned over to Tony Saphir. Franklin steals it at midfield. We're under 15 minutes to go in the game. Long pass in. Franklin is going to cover it, and taking it himself is Jackson Labella. And he sends the left-footed boot out. McCauley can't get to it in time, and it goes out of bounds. And a throw in the offensive zone, throw in for the Bulldogs. Coming up on 14 minutes to go in the game. Blocked by Franklin. McCauley gets ahead on it. Sent in all the way through, and the save by Casey Flynn. Rather easy one, but he needed to be alert, and he was. And he takes the one hopper, and he's going to see if he's going to punt it. Yes, he will. He'll punt it here. He punts it to midfield over the head of McCauley. Heavy traffic. McCauley comes back. Canton. Saphir. Right into the leg of Alex Solaris. Unforced error there for the Bulldogs. This is Alex with it again. For Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. O'Mahony O'Sullivan. And his ball is taken back the other way. And a violation against the Panthers. And it will be Canton with the play in. Also in the game for Franklin is Deacon Englentine. Canton with an advance on the far side. The centering ball is blocked by Franklin. This should be a corner for Canton. The second one given up by the Panthers tonight. They've had 7 offensively and 2 defensively that they've suffered. And with the goal kick here, corner kick is going to be Luke Erickson. Erickson drives it high. It's in front. Ball is still loose. Franklin trying to get to it. They can't. Now they finally clear it with a high driving kick. And Franklin will send it out near midfield. Charging through is Solaris. What great speed he's shown. No, that is not Solaris. That's a new face in there. Gabriel Nunes. Nunes with the speed. Nunes, a junior. We come under 12 minutes to go in the game. Throw in coming for Nolan Harney. Now it's taken the other way by Franklin. They win it. Popovic has 2 balls. He puts one aside. And Ritchie headed back there. Solaris and Hopkins. Hopkins got a body on it to Solaris. Solaris keeps it in bounds, gets through a defender, and whistle stops play. And a offside called here, I believe, against the Panthers with 11:11 to go in the game. Franklin 5, Canton no score. Driving kick towards midfield. Pramod there defensively. Gets to it, does Ethan. Sends it off of a Canton player. Nice play by Ethan Pramod. Franklin quickly. On the right wing. Bienemy comes up to a teammate. Ball settles down. Franklin with the steal, and now a whistle. Stops play. The ball will go to Canton. 10:18 to go in the game. Free kick coming for Canton inside the 35. And they send one towards the box all the way through. Heavy traffic. and Franklin clears it out a bit. Nice move here on the left side with speed. Franklin had sent it in. That's Nunes. He's got great speed. Back to the Panthers. They blast one. That's going to be wide right past the end line, and a goal kick coming up for the Canton Bulldogs. We're under 10 minutes to go in the game. Nice crowd on hand, kind of bundled up here on the stands. See a few blankets. 9:28 to go. Goal kick coming for the Bulldogs. They're down big. The steal by Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Nunes tries to get to it. Popovic battling for it. Sent back the other way. It's going to be rolled in. It's going to go back to their goalkeeper, Casey Flynn, who launches one. Far side. Bulldogs can't keep it in. Franklin steals it. Intended for Macaulay. He can't get to it. And the Bulldogs try to operate. The steal by Macaulay, a beauty. He's going to send Solaris away on the right wing. And it's going to be kicked to relieve the pressure. Is it going to go to the corner? No, it's a side kick. No corner kick coming as the Bulldog just sent it to the sideline and out of bounds. 8:32 to go in the game. At 5 minutes, the big Piscini Stadium will stop. The clock will stop. And the referees will control the final 5 minutes on the field. Throw in coming for Richie Popovic. He's seen plenty of action here tonight. He's a senior defender. He's going to throw it in. Right in the box. It comes out deep. Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan can't control. Back to Connor Mason. Popovic. Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan backpedals to the midfield area. For Connor Mason. Defender steals it. Mason steals it right back. Mason driving through his centering ball. The goalkeeper is out and makes the one-hop save with 7:44 to go in the game. Right. Short kick this time on the punt. Macaulay will cover it for Franklin. Send it to Nunes. Boy, we'd love to see Nunes' speed in the open field. For Connor Mason, back to the back line it comes. Popovic drops it back. Franklin with it there was Jackson Labella. Driving by O'Mahony O'Sullivan. There's Nunes on the left side. An offside called against the Panthers with 7 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the game. Franklin leads it 5-0. Franklin's next game will be home to Sharon on a week from tonight. 4 o'clock game, so Franklin will be off for a week. October 8th is the next game. Franklin home to Sharon. Driving kick by Casey Flynn. Sends the ball back down deep to Canton territory. Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan to midfield. He wins the ball. Nice spin move, a 360 by O'Mahony O'Sullivan. For Nunes on that left side. He gets to it. Nunes stops it. He drives one in the center. It's blocked. Hopkins tried to get a leg on it. Back for Connor Mason. 6:19 to go. O'Mahony O'Sullivan charging through. He goes down. Whistle stops play. See what they're going to call here. The official, Katie Siegel, with the call. He's going to check on a couple of the players. And I think there's going to be a free kick coming for Franklin. It's going to be Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan along with Connor Mason teamed up. Let's see how the Panthers play it. 5:47 to go. Ball at about the 15. Who's going to take it for the Panthers? A couple of subs coming in for Danny Erickson and Canton. Clock still moving down. 5:27 to go, 5:25 to go, and so forth. Mason and O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Who's going to take it for the free kick? You have the wall on the right. The defensive wall is on the left. Again, this is a long delay as they situate the defenders. Almost down to 5 minutes and the clock will stop. Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. He leaves it for Connor Mason for O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Left-handed boot comes through and just wide left. Just wide left with 5 minutes to go in the game now. The final 5. Franklin 5. Canton no score. Franklin with a lot of opportunities here tonight, and they've cashed in big time. Canton, a big, strong team, but unable to finish here tonight. Connor Mason sends it back in for Nunes. Nunes charging through. Ball stays behind. Now it's picked up by the Panthers. Mason out to midfield. Franklin charging it. And nice play there. Beautiful play by Jackson Labella. And the clock will be stopped here momentarily for an injured player. There's an injury that will stop the clock. One of the few things that stops it. A goal will stop the clock. It's a cramp for a Panther. Trainer Jen out. Trainer Jen out. Not a warm night, but at this stage of the game, and down on the cramp is Gabriel Nunes. Nunes has played hard here in the last 5 or 10 minutes of this game, stretching it out with trainer Jen. Less than 5 minutes to go unofficially. It's probably around 4 minutes to go in the game. Franklin goal is Wyatt Herndon, unofficial. Andrew Masagia, Wyatt Herndon, Jason Prowenka, and Josh Rappa. Great assists on that last one by Garrett Scagliarini. So still being attended to is Gabriel Nunes. He is halfway up. He was totally lying flat, and now trainer Jen. By the way, I forgot to mention, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month for Franklin. In all the home games, the Panthers will wear those pink high stockings. And now Nunes is up, and he gets a round of applause, just barely up. And he's going to need some assistance getting off the field. And he's basically being carried off the field. Nick Goldman, the coach, Jen Edmonds, the trainer, gets Nunes off the field. Gabe Terry comes over to carry him the rest of the way. Gabe Terry will bring him to the Franklin bench. Gabe Terry handling the chores himself. There may be a player on the other side. There is. I can't see the player's number. Or is it just Terry? It's just Terry. Terry. No, there's another player there. It was a fan, I believe, or part of the administrative staff here helped Nunes off the field. Play back in, going down hard, was Richie Popovic, and Canton will have the ball. About 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Franklin, of course, would love the shutout. Solaris can't get to it, and now with it is Alexandra Angelo Sherazar. Ball sent away for Solaris. Alex comes to the ball, stops it. Little short pass for Brahimi. Ball is taken back by Canton. Approximately 3 minutes to go in the game. Franklin keeps it in. Far side, Will McCauley. Takes a bump, carries on. McCauley charging through, all the way through. His shot hits the side of the net, hits the football stanchion. It's going to be a goal kick coming for Canton. My guess is about 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so. Can't tell because the scoreboard clock is off. Goal kick coming for Canton. There it is. A field player sends it forward beyond midfield. Franklin gets a foot on it. Connor Mason. Franklin will go to their back line with it. And they will go all over their goalkeeper. Flynn sends one low. Kept in. Blocked by McCauley. Tries to settle down. He does. McCauley, nice pass to Connor Mason. Gets by one defender. Mason with some open field sends one through, and the goalkeeper is going to come out and make the stop. Not a save. It wasn't on target, but he makes the stop for the Canton Bulldogs. About 2 minutes to go in the game, unofficially. Connor Mason off his back to Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. To the back line it comes. Back to Connor Mason. Long drive in. Franklin there to cover it. A header to their goalkeeper. And because it was off the head of a Panther, the goalkeeper can handle it. Off the leg, he has to kick it. About 2 minutes or so, maybe 1:45 to go here in the game. Casey Flynn looking for the shutout. Going to send it up to midfield. The last Franklin shutout was against Attleboro on September 23rd, 1-0. No, I'm sorry, they lost that. Their last shutout was against Taunton, and the game is over. And their last shutout is tonight as they shut out the Canton Bulldogs by the score of 5-0. So Franklin wins it. 3 goals in the first half, 2 more in the second half, and Franklin goes to 5-3-1 on the season with a 5-0 win over Canton, and the Canton Bulldogs drop to 4-5. That's going to do it for our coverage. Franklin's next game a week from tonight, hosting Sharon here at Piscini, a 4 o'clock kickoff for that one. I'd like to thank you fans for tuning in. It's been our pleasure bringing you the sights and sounds of this exciting game. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator tonight, Chris Leverone, among the first to arrive and the last to leave. This is Pete Royce. The final score for the final time tonight, Franklin 5, Canton 0. Till next time, so long, neighbors.